There are so many nice things I want to say about Turok Origins. It has a killer aesthetic with an assortment of hunter designs that, in the right circumstances, could have been iconic. There's also a soundtrack which drives you forward through each level at an exhilarating pace. If this was positioned as a new single-player experience instead of a by-the-numbers co-op shooter, part of me is convinced it could have been something special. But the sad truth is that everything about it is dry, predictable, and representative of industry trends I wish would go away. I previously wrote shortly after its reveal that Turok Origins was pretty much Space Marine 2 with dinosaurs, simply yet another title helmed by Saber Interactive that allows you to move through its excellent single-player campaign with friends. Origins, though, at least judging by the 4 levels and single boss level I played at Gamescom, is a far more fragmented experience than I expected.
A land before Turok.
Most of the levels I played, which I presume were cherry-picked from across the campaign, had you spawning into all manner of locales to complete objectives given to you by a lovely robotic voice located aboard your ship, seemingly a hub area you and other players are free to hang out in before skirmishes. Locations ranged from luscious jungles to ancient temples to the innards of corrupt alien spaceships, but your objectives are rarely more complicated than walking through linear levels to push switches or standing within designated zones, all while holding off whatever enemies dare get in your way. These can be smaller dinosaurs like raptors or oversized insects bursting from the underground, while humanoid enemies hell-bent on destroying the universe are also ripe for slaughter. They're similar to the reptilian hybrids seen in Turok Evolution, and will end up playing a deeper part in a narrative I wasn't told much about during my hands-on demo. There's plenty of variety on offer in the places you visit and the enemies you kill, but most of them have so little health that there's no strategy to defeating them beyond filling them with a barrage of bullets and hoping for the best, while more powerful foes risk becoming sponges for punishment that just aren't very fun to fight. It's something that hinders most shooters of this ilk, but Turok Origins feels especially banal in its execution. I know that I'm sending it up the river without a second thought because I so desperately wanted a more authentic take on the series, but the truth is there is simply very little worth caring about here so far. With that in mind, let's jump into the different hunters and abilities at your disposal.
With great hunters comes great special abilities.
I could select between 3 unique hunter loadouts during my preview, all of which came with distinct weapons and abilities I could swap between after each level. Chances are you will have greater means of customization in the full game, both in terms of abilities and the appearance of your own personal hunter. But here we were given 3 unique hunters to choose from. Some wielded tech bows that could attack enemies from range, while others had more health and close-range weapons like shotguns, ideal for getting up close with an annoying raptor or two. Special abilities are a little more exciting and appear to involve summoning your spirit animal to temporarily boost attack, defense, and speed as you're encouraged to rush forth and deal some damage. These moments feel great, especially when combined with a special move or two when foes are at low health. Underneath the surface, however, there isn't much that differentiates each hunter class in terms of strategy. There aren't healers, tanks, or classes of a similar ilk to choose from. You're all just trying to deal as much damage as quickly as is humanly possible. I wanted more nuance. I wanted grander levels, and I wanted to feel like the bona fide dinosaur hunter this namesake implies, instead of a Marcus Fenix wannabe. There was very little challenge in combat or novelty in the mechanics, nor any indication of how the missions themselves would be stitched together alongside the narrative. I was told going through the campaign alone is possible, but this will only make firefights feel both far longer and less spectacular to partake in. So, if anything, it's a consolation prize for those who hoped to see Turok return in its original form. If the entire game is just a hub area, missions, and an occasional boss battle thrown in for good measure, it's going to be something we've all seen before. By most metrics, Turok: The Origins is shaping up to be a well-executed video game. It looks nice, it plays well, and it appears to share worthwhile reverence for the brand it's bringing back to life. But that unfortunately can't prevent it from feeling achingly predictable as it attempts to chase modern design trends that are already growing long in the tooth. Huge parts of me want the full game to prove me wrong, but perhaps this once beloved property should have stayed extinct.